chanted the anthem of eternal love. So now, basically what we can see now here is Narad is coming from paradise, and while he is on his way to the earth, he sings 5 songs, as we have seen earlier. He sings 5 songs. He sings basically the song of creation and transformation, song of creation and manifestation, of ecstasy, of transformation and ecstasy. He sings the song of creation. It means that till manifestation, full manifestation. And he is in that song, he is concluding now his visit by singing the song of eternal love. For him, everywhere it is eternal love. The song is of the creation culminating into the song of eternal love. So that is the entire progress, not only of Narad's visit here for 4 hours, but also of the cosmic story, of the creation itself, of the world itself. From the song of creation to the anthem of eternal love, that is the entire story of the earthly creation, or the mortal creation, or the mortal earth, as it says here. So we have got, on the one hand, the song of creation to begin with. It has to culminate into the anthem of eternal love. That is what has happened here. Now, it is very likely that if you go entirely by the poetic canons, the aesthetic theories of poetry, then the appearance of this eternal seer and now this eternal love, the repetition of the word eternal will not be acceptable in such a short span. Eternal seer, eternal love, within a few lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, see, it is repeating that adjective eternal. So the pure aesthetic theory would think this kind of a blemish, it's kind of a blemish, a flaw. Normally you don't repeat the word in a poetic composition like that. But Sri Bandhu has very clearly said that no, those canons are not applicable to Savitri. Each word has to be the right word at the right place. More just. Each word has to be. Now, it is a very, very extreme sensitive ear which might feel a kind of a clash between eternal seer and eternal love. But it is sufficiently separated from each other. And it has to be the exact word at the exact place. It cannot be changed. That is the aesthetic theory of Savitri. And we have a large number of examples like that in Savitri. Sri Bandhu says, I don't care about those laws. In fact, in the earlier cantos, Amal Kiran had pointed out to Sri Bandhu, but you are repeating. He says, no, I don't care about that thing. He has written a long letter about that thing, you see. So I will not call this thing in that sense a flaw. You have to see whether the right word is at the right place or not, and go by that. And at the same time, it is sufficiently separated from each other. It is not that they are very close, this eternal and that eternal, you see. So I don't see even on the basis of poetic aesthetics that this eternal should be changed to ethereal. It cannot be. It has to be eternal seer, eternal love, you see. But Nara's coming anthem of eternal love, see how beautifully, how sweetly, how enchantingly the whole thing is concluded. Narad is ending his song with eternal love. In fact, in the early stages, he comes down here to the palace, and before the arrival of Savitri, royal parents, Savitri's parents, and Narad, they are in the palace hall, and Narad sings to them for 1 hour of the lotus heart of love. He sings to them for the lotus heart of love. In fact, we'll read both the sentences, 106, 16 and 17. There for an hour, untouched by the earth's seas, they ceased from common life and care, and sat inclining to the high and rhythmic voice, Nara's voice, high and rhythmic, while in his measured chant the heavenly seer spoke of the toils of men and what the gods strive for on earth, and joy that throbs behind the marvel and the mystery of pain. That is tremendous. See, he is speaking of joy behind marvel and mystery of pain. Joy behind pain. Yes, pain is there, but the marvel is that behind that is joy. Behind that is joy, see. In fact, that is what Narada is going to justify. Why pain? But you are seeing it pain, it's not a pain. Just go behind pain, it is joy. He sang to them of the lotus heart of love, with all its 1,000 luminous buds of truth, which quivering sleeves veiled by apparent thing. Now here, Narada is singing of the lotus heart of love, and here we have got the anthem of eternal love. See, they are in a way interrelated. Lotus heart of love, the anthem of eternal love. They are related, yet they are different also. The lotus heart of love is in the sweetness of this young bride discovering a life's partner. That is the lotus heart of love. Savitri is about to come to the palace. She has discovered her love, and that is the lotus heart of love, which will bloom into 1,000 buds of truth. It is in the context of the discovery of love. Whereas here, anthem of eternal love. Yes, Savitri will do this, she will meet death, etc., etc. And then she will establish eternal love. So that eternal love and this lotus heart of love, they are in that sense to some extent different. It is only when Savitri has found this lotus heart of love can there be the eternal love. Only when the lotus heart of love is discovered, then can there be the eternal love. Now, the whole description, hardly a dozen lines, Narad has spoken, etc., etc., and he is disposed of, so to say, in just 12 lines. Go away back to your home, you see. It looks as if the poet is in a hurry. He is kind of impatient. Mr. Narad, you have done your job, please go away quickly. Yeah, please go away quickly, you see. Whereas while he's coming, we have got an elaborate description in about 83 lines, how he's coming down, etc., and all that kind of thing. Here, just 12 lines, you see. How many I got? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Exactly a dozen lines, you see. The whole section is bound, you see. Exactly a dozen lines, you see. Now, in the beginning, we have seen how Narad is passing through the spiritual zone, then through the mental zone, and then enters into the physical, and then identifies himself with the inconscient being and the somnambulist pose and takes the material body. In other words, by the Sankhya process of materialization, of the spiritual turning into matter, Narad takes a physical body and walks into the palace. Walks into the palace. Now, while he is now going back, the whole process has to be reversed. Narad is going shooting back means what? He has to discard now all those sheaths one by one. The physical, the vital, the mental, all those sheaths. By the process of Sankhya materialization, he had assumed a material body. Again, by the process of Sankhya dematerialization, he has to sort of dissolve himself and go back to the world. Now that thing has not been described. How Narad is discarding all those sheaths one after the other and going back and assuming his original body. The poet has, the yogi has not disclosed that thing, revealed how it has happened. That is why I was saying, as if he is in a kind of a hurry to dispatch him. See, he is kind of a hurry. See. But it has to be through that process. Narad dissolving the physical body has to undergo the reverse of the materialization. The way he has come down, it should be reversed. Same. This is assumed. And that is perhaps the reason why it is not described. Well, I mean, you have to apply yourself. That is how it happened, that's how it will go away, you see. So he did not repeat that thing, you see. That is one way of looking at it. The other one is, it is not so much the concern of his going back to the spiritual. Ultimately, the concern is of transformation. Narad is not in that stage. He is going to assume his overmind station. Finally, he will go back and stay in his overmind world. He is not going to be the supermind being, you see. So, in that sense, it need not necessarily concern the yogi so much that he should describe how the dissolution takes place. You see, his concern is how the transformation into the supramental body can occur. In other words, if the supramental being arrives here, he will change his form from this to that in a supramental way, not by the Sankhya process, not by the process by which Narad has taken this physical body. It will be another process. How? That the supermind alone will know.
Yeah, exactly. Normally you have the physical body and then the spirit goes out, the body is left, you die. So have to do something.
No, this is not death in that sense.
Yeah, but I mean, normally it is like that. When the spirit
Yeah.
goes out, and you have your body left somehow.
See,
But he
in that
takes
case,
the physical body with him. How can he do that?
no, in our case, normally what happens, why is normally in our case what happens is we also discard one after the other different sheets.
Okay, but the physical is something visible. There must be a heart, there are the organs, he created that by coming down.
But the physical body itself has disappeared.
Yeah, how
In the case of Narad.
Okay, so he's standing here and then suddenly poof,
Yeah, it is no more there. Nothing is present now. Yeah.
So where does it disappear?
It has disappeared. It is no. I will give the example, the famous thing in the guest house, the stone throwing. It was happening for 3 days constantly. The stones were throwing. Now, where have those stones vanished? Nobody has picked up that stone and taken to the laboratory and analyzed them physically. What kind of stones they are? Nobody has done that. They are not there. They cannot be there. They will not be there. Because it was the materialization of a vital force. And when that vital force has been withdrawn, they also disappear. They also disappear. You can't take them to the laboratory next door, you see, to the guest house. You cannot take to the physical laboratory and analyze for its chemicals, composition, elements, and things like that. No. It is the materialization of a vital force which was present there in the form of stones. Here also it is the materialization of a spiritual being which has assumed a physical form, and when that is removed, the form dissolves, is no more there. We are not that. You see, we are not that. How did that happen? The physical stones, how they were lying there? Again, through the same Sankhya process, the vital force goes through the Sankhya process and becomes material. See, I had given you the example, no, some time ago. What is the name? I am forgetting now. Paul Burton. Paul Burton. Yeah. He went to a yogi and he was very curious to know how this can happen, that kind of a thing, you see. And then he told him, I don't know who was the person, but anyway, he went to him and he told him, okay, tomorrow you come with a turkey. And Paul returned, he went with the turkey there, to the place there. And then he said, okay, keep it on the table. He kept it on the table. And then he said, wrench his neck completely, that it dies. And it died. He said, make sure that it died. And then he said, all right, now watch. After a few seconds, the turkey started flying in the air. He started flying in the air. For a few seconds, maybe a long time also, and then again collapsed on the table. On the table. This man, this yogi, had the power to make the vital force living in the turkey at that time, and therefore it could get revived. But it was a power only for a short duration. It cannot be retained wholly all the while, and therefore it had to collapse. In the case of Narad also, I mean, well, he cannot remain here permanently. It cannot remain permanently here. The system here, the process here does not sustain that kind of a possibility. Otherwise, the supramental being would have come very happily and stayed here. Would have come and stayed here happily. It's not that. It has to be from as a part of the whole process. So he has to go back. The moment that force is withdrawn, everything disappears. It disappears.